keep it, put that up there. What is the plan for the Legal Aid Society if the Constitutional Convention passes, does not pass? You spoke a little bit about that, and how can we help in both instances? How is the agenda or itinerary created? Were there any reform suggestions floated around? And what will happen if we vote no? And will the Constitution remain in effect for another 20 years? So the only thing that's different, I think all of these are what's the next steps, except for the will, and yes, it will remain if nothing happens to it. It'll be there for the next 20 years. So that's the answer to that part of it. But all these questions are related because they talk about, and I'm really glad so many of you are asking that, because that's what I was hoping to accomplish here. What's next? How do we not wind up here again in 20 years? How do we do that? How do we do what Adrian was talking about? We should have been talking about this for 20 years. We should have been planning for this for 20 years.
The reforms you said back in was it Legal Aid? Who was floating the bar?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, the bar was supposed to work on the process. But there's a lot of things. I mean, and I'm sure, Charlotte, there's a lot of things. We do a legislative agenda for the Legal Aid Society every year. We have a list of all the things we'd like to see to get accomplished on behalf of our clients, whether it's in housing or education, the strengthening of the rent laws. We actually wanted 421A to die, and we were the only group that was up there trying to make sure that it didn't get resurrected. This huge basically tax abatement to wealthy developers that actually cost New York City $2 billion a year. That's money that should be going into our communities. People don't need an incentive
affordable housing.
People don't need an incentive to develop in New York City. They're developing in New York City. And so there's a lot of things when you think about education, when you think about healthcare. The enrollment period just opened again, and in a lot of states it closes on December 31st, but in New York it's January 31st, and like we did that with you guys when we actually made sure Child Health Plus and everything was out of a lot of advocacy of a lot of folks in these communities in the Legal Aid Society. So I think we have a full agenda. I know of things that we'd like to see. We are dreamers, and I guess dreamers and reformers is the only way. I grew up in California. Hear me. I get the West Coast. I grew up in Northern and Southern California. If I had to be really, I went to Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia. I was talking to my brother earlier. We were talking about the whole AUC. Hey, a lot of fun. Right. 2 weeks ago, I was at homecoming. We go every year. It's like we rekindle our feelings about that. But if I had to be honest with you, I came to Columbia Law School because one, they gave me some money. They had the most comprehensive loan forgiveness program, and I knew I wanted to do race and poverty law. And I also wanted to hang out in New York City because it's the most exciting, dynamic city in the world. And to start my career here, where good and bad things start here first. Good and bad things start here first. I thought it was a great laboratory for me to get my career, but I was going to go back someplace warm because there's always 2 weeks between January and February where I regret that I still live here as I'm taking, the train at 135th Street to go to my job. But I love this place because we are fighters. I love this place because we have the best constitution in the country. But yeah, we got other things, and we have some of the lowest voter turnout that we need to work. We've got people who are, what I loved when I started my career at Legal Aid is I would meet low-income folks. I started my career in Harlem. I live in Harlem. And I started my career in Harlem. Folks would come to me. And I actually had a client who was illiterate. Something that you